There we go. As I say, first stream back in about 7 months, so I'm really rusty at all of this stuff. Thanks. Hello. I was planning on streaming to both Twitch and YouTube, but my efforts were in vain, so it's just YouTube this evening. A bit of a different setup this time. Previous ones have been kind of more Lego based, a little bit easier than this. So I set myself a bit of a challenge over this year, to the end result being to build an LED clock. So this is a lot of surface mount components that sort of have to kind of go on these tiny pads. This sort of thing as well. It's pretty intricate work. I haven't done anything like this for, as the stream suggests, 17 years was the last time I did this sort of work. So the idea is to kind of have a little bit of a practice on these old or knackered boards, just to get a feel for it before I actually do anything with the actual final build, so I'm less likely to make a mess. So what I've got here, you'll see in front, the microscope output on the right hand side, which is just showing a random resistor at the moment. This was the first one that I thought I'd choose. There's a number of different ones on the board. This one is kind of out of the way and on its own, so I can kind of get the heat gun in and around the component without too much hassle, and then I'll move up to something slightly more complicated, which would possibly be something like, there we go, something like that, a little bit closer together. I'll zoom that in. There we go. Come on. There we go. So as you can see, there are a few more traces there, and it's right next to an integrated circuit. So kind of don't want to mess that up. And then depending upon how I get on with those ones, I might give the IC a go. This one is kind of quite intricate, so it will be like a multi-step process. That might not be this stream, but it might be next stream. So starting from here, this is gonna take a hot minute for me to get used to this. Zoom it in. There we go. So grab gun, just wait for it to heat up a second, and then we'll kind of get in. The other thing as well is like using a heat gun with a lot of close components like the microscope and the microphone and everything on the else on the table. So this is going to be a bit. Hey sis, how you doing? So I'm just going to come in, gently warm the board. I'm going to give it a bit of flux. Brand new tub, so it's a little bit difficult to get out at the moment. Here we go. There we go. That's not too bad. I'll come back in again. Might need to turn that airflow down just a little bit. Gonna put a bit more flux on there. There we go. Not the prettiest in the world, but we're just gonna give it a bit of a warm. wiggle it around a little bit. Drop that down a little bit more again. See where we are. Just waiting for the solder to change colour and at the same time not melt this LED that's just underneath. Come on. Come on, here we go. It's taken a while, just easing up the temperature a little bit. It's at 366 degrees at the moment, so I don't want to go too high too quickly, but just kind of getting a feel for it because this is basically the first time I've turned it on. Come on. There we go. Come here. Well, that's that off. Try and get it off the board. There we go. So you can see tiny little thing. I can't even focus on it because my hand's shaking. Turn it off for a second. Let's give it a bit of a clean. So I'm just going to use a little bit of isopropyl alcohol. Give it a bit of a clean up. Certainly looking better than the one next to it. You need a there we go, that's better. Right, so now hopefully the soldering iron will be warm enough now. First, just gonna cut the braid, so get rid of whatever the bit so that it doesn't contaminate the joints. Should be able to get back in here and just give it a bit of a warm up. You stop shaking quite as much. There we go. Stop it. Give that a bit of a wipe. It's not looking too bad, is it? Apart from that front one. So we'll just give that another go. Come on. Come on. There we go. A bit of a wipe off. That's good. Here we are. Just going to give it a little bit of solder. Not too much. And turn the heat gun back on. give it a bit of a blast and a wipe down, and then we will attempt to put the resistor back. That's it, that's the string. Oh yeah. Rest your elbow on the desk if you need more stability. Yeah, I've got my elbow on my armrest of my chair, and then my wrist is like on the edge of my desk. You can just see my hand here. But yeah, even my wrist is shaking, so I might try and bring it up a little bit and kind of free hold it. But that's not looking. It's not looking bad. Is that pink? It is Pink's heat gun. Yes, he very kindly lent it to me. As some of you on the stream know, I have kind of had a look to purchase a rework station, but I didn't want to particularly go out and spend a reasonable amount of money on something that I wasn't really going to use. So this is a reasonable setup at the moment. So yeah, my soldering iron, my heat gun. Okay, so next thing we need to do is try and get this guy back again. I need something to get rid of it, so I'm just gonna reflux that. Come on, you bastard. There we go. The heat gun to heat up again. Okay, give that a little blast. There we go. Oh, that's so much better. So just drop that off. Hopefully, I can just use the nip. That's a no. Oh, I can't do that. Just having trouble getting the resistor to play ball. It's tiny. You can barely see it. Come on. Forget. Sticky flux everywhere already. Let's give that flux end a bit of a clean off. Can you turn over? There we go. On you go. Come on. Here we go. Just slightly maneuver him into position. Come on. Push him down a little bit. Come on. That is getting better. Move him back a little bit. now that we've kind of roughly got him into position, we'll get the heat gun back in, hopefully without blowing the bloody thing away. So just bring the gun in really slowly, and you'll see when it starts getting close, because the flux will start to react. There it is. And then we just give it a bit of a work in a little bit quicker, but not too close, because yeah, that'll happen. Okay, what I might actually do, because that's not working at the moment, so I will go in with the iron, move you into place, give you a little bit more solder, maybe a little bit much, but okay. Stop moving that direction. Come on. Come on. I'm probably going to need to get some slightly better tweezers, because these aren't brilliant. You can tell they're not particularly great because they keep sticking to the iron, even though I've got a little bit of flux. Well, don't do that. Just sit nicely, will you? And this is why I need to get my practice in, because this is fiddly as hell. Come on. Yeah, sticky, sticky, stick. That's the idea. Just wet my tip a little bit and get back in. Yeah, this is certainly not quite going as easy as I was expecting it to be. Let's give that another little wipe down. You're not looking terrible. You're a little bit brown. Wet your tip, oh my, indeed, yes. Just wet the tip. Right. Make sure it's as clean as possible. This could really do with a new tip. Let's get it on a little bit, but should be alright for this work. Should be. I'm not. Now, just there we go. Drop on. Don't stop sticking to the bloody... Right, are you going to behave now? I'm not going to make a comment on that one. Come on. Just go sideways. No, not upside down. Let's move these over to the other side and try with the other hand. Are we still in focus? Yeah, we are. I haven't completely charred the board to a crisp yet, so that's something. Let's stop being so sticky. Come on. Getting there, getting there. Ooh, okay. Let's see how that looks. So can I just... Ooh, okay. No, not quite. No, it's just not going very well at all. The house hasn't burned down. That's a win, absolutely. Come on. There we go. Let's try this. I wonder if I tried changing the... Come on. That's what we were looking at. Refasten it, but with the helping hands. Come on. There we go. Oh, you bastard. Okay, that's getting pretty close now, like that. Now I'm going to drop the soldering iron. Good work. Might be a bit of a wonky clock. I'm really hoping not. Like, even if I have to rip everything off of this board and put it all back on again before I can make a start. Oh, I should be able to just grab it with... No. No, it's definitely not working with that. Definitely not working with that. I'm not swearing at it because I know that I'm really rusty and I need to go through this complex arse-achy ball stuff in order to get used to moving with the tools and like placing the devices and what the right tool for the right job is, and of course trying to orientate everything so that I can get it on camera and indeed get to it with both hands. So yeah. I'm not using that at the moment, so let's just get rid of that. The magnifying glass was just getting in my way. Let's move you back where you were. Like that. I should just be able to grab this. Stop moving about. Grab with without the helping hands straight on the mat, because this is just moving too much. There we go. Let me try that. It's got less far to travel that way. Try it like that. Come on. No, this is not bloody working. Come on. Over you go. There we go. Okay, that's a good start. Turn him round. So I should just be able to, I'm going to have to turn it all the way around. Yeah, I thought that was going to happen. Push it down. Another tiny bit of solder on the other side. Right. Have another bit of flux on it. Clean it up. Come on, out you come, you pup. Come on. The liquid comes out of the syringe is flux, so it helps keep the board clean and keeps the solder nice and fresh. Come on. it's not great, but it's not terrible. If it wasn't so bloody overexposed. So there's probably a little bit too much solder on there, and obviously the component is crooked. What does it measure? Oh, come on. Yeah, I'm getting 97. So like 101, 97, close enough, I suppose. Nice, I'm getting 99.2. Given the age of the component and the fact that I've just killed it, yeah, I think that's going to be okay. So as I say, it doesn't look pretty, but it seems to be working, so that's a good start. Let's move over here. One down, yep. It's going to be a long, hard road, absolutely. Let me try it with... How many parts are there? These are the parts. This is the parts bag. These are the LEDs. See that? Each individual LED, and it has, I think these are 5-pole. No, they're 6-pole. So each one has 6 different solder points to it. That's how many there are. I'm not going to sit here and count them. That would be so tedious for you lot. But that's definitely the bulk of it. But hopefully the idea is that once you've done 20, then you're kind of going to hopefully be in a groove by that point. And then you've got, come on, the little surface mount resistors. Yeah, hundreds, literally hundreds. And these ones are, I mean, this sort of project isn't completely unlike my my keyboard build, because that's a full size 101 key keyboard, which I bought the bare PCB, and then the clip-in switches. I can show you the switches actually. These ones are 2-pole, so easier to solder than the LEDs because they just clip in. But the point is that I for all of these keys I took them apart, took the button out, took the spring out, the mechanism, and then kind of looped them all up, put them all back together again, then fit them into the keyboard, then put the keycaps on top, and I think that took me a good 3 weeks, because it was a lot of just unpicking it with the tool, grabbing the spring, grabbing the latch, giving it a bit of lube, moving the spring up and down a little bit to get some transfer, and then putting it all back again. So how many spare switches have I got? 1, 2, 3, 4, there's 5 in that box. Oh yeah, yours is a 60%. So yeah, there's probably 4, 8. Yeah, there's a good 30 keys less on yours. Right then. Got this in, and we can get that going. There we go. That's looking good. Get the air gun on again. Come on. Come on. There we go. You got the second one in place. Come on. There's the next one. You've got a white down. some solder wick on it. Oh yeah, look at that, that's better already. Heck yeah. Let's get rid of that. Just a tad less. Nope, less than that. Trying to get the air gun on them. So the bottom three are looking okay, but it looks like the top one's just got not quite enough on it. Go. Just a tad more. That should do it. Get off. Okay, let's start with this one. What's that, 295? That looks like a 295, doesn't it? Or it could be a 562. There's only one way to find out. So yeah, you can see here where I've burnt the board a little bit, which isn't ideal, which means I've just had the heat gun or the soldering iron in there too much. That is likely down to the tip on the soldering iron, which I definitely need to get replaced, and I'll get one of those on order, and then that should tidy that up. But yeah, that's looking okay. So the next thing I need to do is solder it back on. So let's grab the wee little fecker. Let's just drop him on. Come on. Like that. And I should just be able to oops. Ew. I mean, it's a little bit crooked, but it's not terrible. Just give it a clean up with the hot air gun. Let's see what it says. I'm just gonna clean the other tips now. What temp am I running? Oh shit! That would be the isopropyl alcohol that I've just tipped over. The hot air gun is running at 350, I think it was. It's about 380. The iron, it's running at 20 watts. That's all I know, is because it's ancient, just an analog one that I've had for years. That's the good thing about the fact that I've spilled the isopropyl alcohol, is it will dry nicely. The smell is bringing back memories of being a child with my mum hanging my head over the sink. To clean tips from the meter and give it a measure. I was going to pick it up when I came down, because I'm not coming down for a couple of months yet. I figured this will make do until I can get to pick it up. What was she doing with isopropyl alcohol on your head? Oh, because it smells like that shampoo when you got head lice. Yeah, there you go. Right, what's this reading? Yeah, that needs a little bit of work. Tea tree oil poured over us. Oh yeah, that works as well. No, I don't need to be that one. Right, what does he say now? That's a really good idea, actually, yeah. Oh, this guy isn't reading anything. Oh, yes, please. That would be lovely. Thank you, Don. Yes, I'm afraid it does stink. Come on, you bugger. Why aren't you reading consistently? Yeah, he's not. I'm not getting anything out of him. I might have killed that. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the inevitable has indeed happened. I thought it was just there, but it's got walkies. Thank you. Nope, it's nowhere to be found. That one's completely gone. Come on, off you come. There we go. No, it's too far over. Sorry, now to move it back again. No, too far. Damn it. No. There we are. Oh, you bastards. Well, that's looking a bit better. Obviously, it's not the same. It's not the right component, but well, at least we can say that the joints are looking a little bit better now. Let's move on. I don't think I'm going to try the IC this evening. I'm going to attempt these two. I will be right back. I'm just going to pop to the loo quickly. Okay, I have returned. Let's turn that back on. Ah, good evening, Mr. Pink. I am, yeah. Alright, this is how I'm kind of getting on at the moment. This is the one. That's what I started with. And this is what I'm working on. That was the first one. So he's not looking terrible, but yeah, considering like that was, as the stream says, that's the first one in 17. No, it's one of my old network cards. I found it. I was going to start with this. This is a board out of an old external hard drive. So the SATA. I'm sorry. But yeah, these bit components were just a bit small for me to start with, so I thought I'd start on these slightly more spaced out. Yeah, I wasn't supposed. I was hoping it wouldn't just fall off the other side like it did. Let's just give that some shit. Yeah, this tip is definitely going to hamper me now. I can't. This one was fine, but this one just decided it would go everywhere and not. Yeah, it's just not getting warm enough. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? There it is. Alright, just hasn't taken. Bollocks, I've just ripped it all off. Well, that's ruined it. Yeah. The problem is this tip is like 15-20 years old. It's just been something that's been sat in my garage until I get an upgrade, which I'll be getting over the next couple of months. But the tip itself isn't getting hot enough, so I'm having to leave the iron on there longer, which is then results in this shit. So I shall have to get a replacement tip for it until I can get the soldering iron that my dad's going to give me. Huh, okay. Yes, but I think you spent more than £12 on your soldering iron. Yeah, I will do that. Yeah, that trace is mullered. That ain't good. Yeah, I don't feel like I'm going to make much more progress than I already have this evening. I'm going to give this guy a go here. See how I get on with that, and once I've done that, I'll probably end the stream. This is to find issues before you start on the real thing. So the stream is a success. Oh, I absolutely, that is what I'm taking from it. Like, this is successful. Like, certainly over the last kind of hour and a half, I'm feeling a lot less nervous about the situation. Where are we? Yes, as you will see from all around here, this is all electrical tape because the stand for the microscope is a gloss chrome color. So without any of this on, it was just a big white blob. This down here is also duct tape, and this is like a little wallet that I found that is kind of made of plastic so that it covers the top. But yeah, if I turn it down a little bit more, you kind of lose like, that's not terrible. You can, yeah, this looks like whipped fucking cream. Yeah, that's better. Bugger. Ugh. Yeah, I ruined it. I think that is enough for today. Yeah, I've just completely broke that now. That's completely fucked. If you place the resistor on top of the solder, then just push down lightly on top of it with the tweezers and reflow it with the heat gun. Then surface tension should take over and slip it into place. That's what I've been trying to do. That's not what my hands have necessarily been doing, but that's generally the plan. But yeah, like, I keep grinding the PCB with the soldering iron. I can't grip the resistor itself properly with the tweezers. I can't push it down onto the board properly because I can't get the solder blob on the joint the right height for it to sit down. So as soon as I push down on it, it just kind of flicks off, and then I play like tappy round and round. So it's about kind of good contact with the soldering iron, the right amount of solder on the joint, as well as kind of suitably fluxing and cleaning. I think once I get into kind of those habits and I get a feel for things like the amount of solder and that sort of thing, then I feel like we're going to start making progress. But for now, yeah, that's episode 1. I will be back in the near future to continue this, hopefully with a few extra bits and pieces now. But until then, thank you very much indeed, everyone, for coming out. I hope this was in some way interesting to you guys who stuck around. And yeah, have a good one.